following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 3 in season number 4 of the NRLOA Turkey Hills Series. We are here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's the Harrah's High Roller 340 laps of action around this mile-and-a-half racetrack here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And after 2 rather interesting races here in the Turkey Hills Series, ready for a third one, in a place where in the Turkey Hills Series passing isn't too frequent. The GNS physics at this racetrack, they don't really, I guess you could say, allow too much passing to happen for the lead specifically. In the Season 2 race here, we had 2 leaders in the race in that 30-lap event. Wasn't much passing going on. I believe that race went caution-free. And last year, I don't believe there was much passing, and I don't think we're going to see much passing here today. So that's good news for Cookie Helms, who starts on the pole in the number 4. And I'm alongside the all-time winningest driver on Napa Fan, Garrett Sydnor, for this race. Great to have you alongside. So we're not really expecting much passing for the lead. We might have it, but do you think this race is going to be pretty good for Cookie Helms, considering he's starting on the pole?
Well, I like where he's starting. I like starting up front because that's where I want to be, and that's where I want to be for the majority of the race. But anything is bound to happen in these types of races, as you said, there might not be a lot of passing, but many opportunities are, well, able to present themselves throughout the race, so we'll see how everything unfolds.
Definitely. It's going to be an interesting one. We could have cautions, but I do guarantee this. We will have pit stops in this race, and I'm probably going to have 2 of them because the pit window's about 15 laps here. We got a 40-lap race here today, so going to be a 2-stopper for these guys here in the Turkey Hills Series at Las Vegas Harrah's High Roller 300, the 3rd race of the season. Next week, these guys are taking a break, so the hot seat program for this race is going to be for the next 2 Chick-fil-A Cup Series races. So definitely a big deal there for those guys trying to get those hot seat rides in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Anyways, we've talked long enough. Let's go ahead, head trackside for the command to fire the engines here at Las Vegas.
Drivers, start your engines.
And a great command there to fire these guys up. Let's give you guys the points real quickly here. Josh Crash, Sebastian Kukulon tied in the points lead. Officially, Kukulon is the points leader because he does have a win, and Josh Crash does not. They both have 71 points coming into today's event. Alex Mann, great run in his first ever series on Napa Fan, only 2 points behind. Nathan Faden and Angel Olvera, they're both 12 points behind. Of course, Olvera has the official tiebreaker on Faden because Olvera is our last winner here in the Chick-fil-A in the Turkey Hills Series. Excuse me there. At Atlanta last week, got the win in the John Deere 300. He starts 3rd, but on the pole, it's Cookie Helms in the number 4 alongside another veteran driver and Cameron Gaju driving the number 7. Row number 2 sees our last winner here in the Turkey Hills Series, Angel Olvera in the 21, and the 00 of Cody Smart, who just recently joined the NRLOA, by the way, and nobody ever told me about it. I actually found out myself. Looking at you, Elijah, you don't tell me anything. But anyways, number 14, that car is driven by Ashlyn Boyd. Alongside him, it's the number 18 of Dale Salzman. And we got ourselves the number 9, driven by Griffin Lim, the 01 of Alex Bonsignor. Row 5 sees the number 8 car of Nick Smith and the 11 of Jamie Lee. So Garrett got a lot of old faces and new faces up front. It's going to be a rookie or a veteran here today at Las Vegas.
You know, I like the mixture, and there's a lot of new faces and a lot of new drivers that I've scanned throughout the field, but one particular driver that I'm going to be looking at throughout this race is that number 18 machine starting in 6th place, Dale Salzman, a true veteran there, and he's won races on this in this series and on this channel before, so we'll see how that goes for him today.
He's a 6-time winner on Napa Fan, I do believe. And looking to add number 7 here today at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But it's Cookie Helms leading the field in the number 4 alongside Cameron Gaju. Here we go. Green flag racing at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Race 3 underway. I believe somebody came down the pit lane. I don't know who it was. We're still green here at Las Vegas. We'll see who that was who aborted the pit lane. 99, Mark Davidson with an issue. And he's coming down the pit lane to fix that. So not entirely sure what's going on there. But tough break for the 99. We've had a lot of issues with guys kind of early on in these races. One of those guys is the teammate to our leader, Cookie Helms, Nicholas Wade, who's had an issue in both races so far here in the Turkey Hill Series.
And yeah, having early problems in races are very unfortunate, and you want to try to keep away from those as much as you can, but those situations are bound to happen, as the 4 of Cookie Helms is having a nice view out front right now.
Definitely, and kind of can tell by the way these guys are racing that passing is going to be difficult. Cookie Helms jumped out to a very big lead to begin with. He has led every lap so far, all 3 of them. Angel Olvera going for 2 in a row here in the Turkey Hill Series. He got that win in Atlanta under caution. Pit stops were beginning, and he only needed to take 1 pit stop in that race as the caution came out. About 3 laps to go, and he was able to stay out and take the win away. But I'm sure he'd love to win one under green, and he's got the 14 of Ashlyn Boyd behind him, trying to help him get around this number 4. Griffin Lynn and Nick Smith round out the top 5. Outside pole sitter Cameron Gaju's down to 8th right now. Not the best, actually down to 9th, as the number 11 has gotten around him of Jamie Lee. So that's a tough break for Cameron Gaju, the most experienced driver in the field. Of course, you also got another veteran in Alex Bonsignor and Dale Salzman running in this top 10. Nick Smith as well, he's a Napa Fan champion. And for the lead, Olvera on Cookie Helms.
And it looks like he'll get that run on the inside, and at the line it will be the 4 of Cookie Helms leading that lap, but it probably will not be for long because that momentum on the inside builds up and rushes through the corners.
It's a lot tougher, however, to get the inside lane to work through 1 and 2. You're going to see Cookie Helms get the run on the outside, but if Olvera can stay on the inside through 3 and 4, that 21 should be able to take the lead, and he's going to do so. But Cookie Helms making that outside lane stick. And he is going to clear for the lead and stay out front. So Cookie Helms leading every lap so far here in the Harrah's High Roller 300 at Las Vegas. Great run for him. Driving the Flex Seal number 4, JD Motorsports leading this field with Cookie Helms. Griffin Lynn up to 3rd. And Ashlyn Boyd's now stuck on the outside here as Nick Smith and Dale Salzman try to get to the inside of him.
Yeah, and that was just an absolute power move by the 4 machine, and we're going to see by the 21 as well, trying to work that outside line, and they're kind of experimenting here to see how they can play out later in the race to see if they can make those moves and have it be successful.
Partly why we don't see much passing here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, especially in the Turkey Hill Series. The outside lane is pretty much almost the preferred line here, and when the outside lane's the preferred line, really hard to get around a guy because they're going to be taking up that outside lane and the inside just doesn't work. So Cookie Helms definitely liking that, but there will be pit stops in this race, and they're going to begin about halfway through this fuel window right here. So they're going to begin in about 7 laps here for Cookie Helms and our leaders. Olvera's going to try to get to the inside here, trying to get that run on the inside and close in. Micah Knapp has come down the pit lane, and it does appear that it might have been an issue on his machine. Oh, we could have an issue here. They almost went 3 wide into the corner. Fortunately, they kept it together. But that could have been a major accident there if they did not figure it out.
Yeah, merging onto the track like that is pretty dangerous, as the 9 of Griffin Lynn is making his way on the inside, trying to, and he easily takes that 2nd position away. as Nick Smith will follow in suit.
So Mark Davidson and Micah Knapp have both had issues. They are both a lap down or 2 laps down. And their chances of winning are very slim at this point because of their early issues. A tough break for those guys. Angel Oliveira could not get the outside lane to work that time. And we might be seeing some tire wear come into play here. So that inside lane might work a little bit better once these tires wear out. The outside lane might not have its magic. And you see these guys running the inside lane here through 1 and 2. Cookie Helms remaining out front, keeping the 9 behind him.
Yeah, and drivers like what the 9 is going to do here, they're only going to use the outside when they absolutely need to. If they need to get that run off the corner, they're not going to try to get up there when they're in single file, or because that will just destroy their run and possibly get past like the 9 is here for position.
Nick Smith for second. Smith's going to try to get a run to the inside of Helms. Not going to be able to do so, and here comes Oliveira. Now the outside lane seems like it's a no man's land because Griffin Lynn fell way back in the 9. But I think a lot of that has to do with the tire wear, and these guys are going to be coming down here very shortly. Tires have worn out after these 12 laps of running here at Las Vegas, and fresh Goodyears should help these guys out in that outside lane. We have yet to see a pass for the lead in this race. Cookie Helms has led every lap so far in the number 4. He's trying to get that hot seat for the next 2 races in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series at Riverside in California. Of course, he needs to qualify his way into those races, but he'll have an attempt to do so in both the next 2 races in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series if he can get this win here today.
Yeah, and it's very important for the Ford machine to show that he can lead laps and show that he can dominate this race, and he just needs to be able to go out and execute later on in this event.
So we'll have to see if he can hold off the rest of the field. It's going to come down to the first set of pit stops to see if Cookie Helms will be the dominant guy in this race. But with how close these guys are behind him, one of these guys gets just a half-second faster pit stop, they could be the leader once this whole thing cycles through. Nick Smith's going to try to take the lead away, but he's not going to be able to do so. Had to check it up there on the inside lane, and Cookie Helms able to get the run on the outside and stay out front. These guys should be coming down here very soon. I'd expect the next cycle to begin next lap here, so we're just going to have to see all these guys out here on the racetrack. And at the 16, Joseph Simwell, Ryan Kendall, Joe Rutkowski, Casey Hoffman, some guys back in here. Definitely not get good qualifying runs, unfortunately, and they're kind of mired back in the field. Going to stay out this lap. So I believe it's going to start next time by for these drivers. I could actually be completely wrong. It could be a 20-lap fuel window here for these Turkey Hill Series drivers, and I'm just completely unaware of it. But we're just going to have to see. Knowing the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, we usually have about 15-lap runs here in Las Vegas, which is actually a little bit shorter than other mile-and-a-half racetracks we go to. Most other mile-and-a-half racetracks are about 20 laps long, so just have to see what these guys do. And they're not coming down the pit lane.
Yeah, they're just here. Yeah, they're just riding out the run here, trying to get to that fuel window.
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit different for these Turkey Hill Series drivers. It's not quite a 15-lap fuel window for these guys, so a little bit longer. So this actually makes it very interesting, because if they start coming in around lap 20, then these guys might be able to make it a 2-stop race, or a 1-stop race, I should say. I think some guys are coming in now, so here we go. They have begun. Angel Oliveira and Griffin Lynn, the first couple of guys down. A lot of guys still out there, but this will, no question, be a 2-stop race for everybody, because Cookie Helms and these guys, they're not going to be able to make it to halfway.
Yeah, and 2 pit stops here, and it's just all about execution on pit road. Don't run into anybody. Just get your tires and fuel and get off pit road. And avoid all the issues that you can, because that is going to be important to important for the finishing results of this race.
Definitely will. It was very important last week because Angel Oliveira was the last guy to come down under the first fuel window, and then a caution came out and he was able to keep the lead. And on top of that, he came in later than everybody else. Some guys had to come down right near the end of the race. The caution came out. Oliveira was able to stay out those last couple of laps and get the win. So, not the case for Oliveira today. He was the first guy down the pit lane. But that strategy has worked out before, and it's going to come down to how the strategy plays out on pit lane here today, because it does appear that this one's going to go caution-free. Now, we could be wrong. Something could happen out there on the racetrack, and could have happened early on with Mark Davidson coming down the pit lane. They could have bunched it up, but they didn't. But still, we're not even halfway through this race yet, and we could possibly see an issue on the racetrack. So, Cookie Helms is not going to lead every lap here today. Jamie Lee, I believe he stayed out in the 11 an extra lap with Ying Canario and Eli Bright. But I believe this whole thing's going to cycle through to the number 4 being the leader. I think. Nope. It's going to be Angel Oliveira again, out front here at Las Vegas. Griffin Lynn's also going to get around the 4, and that one extra lap gave these guys the advantage to get around our leader, Cookie Helms. So it's now the 21. Going for 2 wins in a row. He's going to pass Jamie Lee there, so that officially makes him the leader here at Las Vegas. So Angel Oliveira, the leader in the Harrah's High Roller 300. And he's trying to get a second win of his career in 2 races in a row. Trying to get that points lead as well here in the Turkey Hill Series.
And yeah, that points lead early on in the season is important, and it'll help you build momentum to keep that points lead throughout the season. And also a big thing for the 21 is back-to-back wins, and being the first person to multiple wins in a series is huge, establishing that you can go out and win races.
Especially early on. We're only on our 3rd race of the season in a 12, and we got ourselves an accident, I believe. But no caution. That's a rather interesting moment right there. But you can obviously see the smoke and the tire marks. This could have just been a little shuffle up, but we'll see and check on the leaderboard, see if anybody's knocked out, and does not appear that anyone is. So, very curious to know what happened. Of course, it might not have cycled through yet, so we're just going to have to see. It might have been Nick Smith. Nick Smith is right now 39th, and he was one of those guys up front and leading earlier on. I can't tell if he has any damage to his race car or not, but definitely did not get a good pit stop at the very least. Griffin Lynn is closing in here on Angel Oliveira. This number 9 is looking very fast, and of course Griffin Lynn, he's won races in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series before, and I think he's going to dart right by the 21 here to the inside for the lead, lap 23.
And Griffin Lynn getting that run on the inside, and he's going to try to get around him here down the straightaway. He just needs to keep that nose under him and keep that quarter panel to the outside. And the 21 on the outside lane could drift back here with a little bit older tires than the 9 machine, and the 9 should be able to easily clear the 21 off of 2.
He's going to do so. Not quite. Oliveira still has a little bit of a nose to his outside, but I think off of turn 4, it's going to be Griffin Lynn. And look at this pack back in here. They're also going to have a chance at closing in on the lead. Cookie Helms, Dale Salzman, Ashlyn Boyd, Cody Smart, Nathan Faden. So these guys have a good chance, but it's Griffin Lynn right now in the number 9 leading the field here at Las Vegas in the Harrah's High Roller 300. And I really don't know what all that smoke was down the backstretch, because all 40 cars are still out there, and the only guy lapped down is Mark Davidson, who had his issue earlier on in the race. So whatever it was, it looks like it did not take anybody out, but I see the 48. Looks like there's a little bit of a glitch there for him. Well, not really a glitch, but his time's off-key from everybody else. I don't see him out there. Something might have happened to Eli Bright in the 48. He's a lap down now, so I'm wondering if he might have been the one involved in whatever accident that would have been. But we remain green here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This one looking to go green the whole way through, and that's kind of how the Turkey Hill Series is here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The Cup Series is a little bit of a different story, but these GNS physics guys, you know, they tend to take it pretty well here, and been going caution-free so far in this race. We only have 14 laps to go, and it's Griffin Lynn, who's only been the 4th different leader of this race, out front in the number 9.
And yeah, to touch point on the wreck from the back straightaway, as we were going through the field there from different camera angles, there was one car in particular I saw some side damage from, and I think it was the 22 of Ying Canario, towards maybe the back of the field, but had a little bit of right side damage on that car. Possibly could have been a merging issue for that driver or somebody coming onto the racetrack, but
and that would make a lot of sense. The damage is on his right side, and if he was coming off the pit lane there, he could have bumped right into somebody.
Yeah.
I am a little intrigued as to why they did not bring out a caution. It could have been back enough in the field that they did not feel it necessary, but We got ourselves a good battle for the lead, nonetheless. Griffin Lynn, Angel Olvera, and Cookie Helms. Now Helms started on the pole. He wants to get this win. He's going to take second, but with that allows Griffin Lynn to pull away a little bit and hold on to this lead pretty well. And your guy, you picked Dale Salzman here. You thought he was going to be a good driver in this race. Well, he's up to 4th, looking for 3rd. And if he gets a good pit stop here on this last set, he could be the leader and the winner of this race.
Yeah, even though there's not a lot of passing for the lead, I do like how laying back just a little bit and then executing on your first pit stop gets you in the position that Salzman is in right now, in the 3rd position.
He tried to get to the inside of Cookie Helms, was not able to do so, and Griffin Lynn benefiting from that, pulling away again in the number 9. But Cookie Helms closed right back in the last time they pulled away, so we'll see what Helms can do this lap. But it's looking good for Griffin Lynn right now. Trying to get his first win of the season. I believe it would also be his first win in the Turkey Hill Series. He's won in the Cup Series, he's won in the Truck Series before, but I don't think he's ever won in the Turkey Hill Series. So he's looking for his first one in the number 9. Trying to get it done here at Las Vegas. To the inside for second. That's the 18 of Dale Salzman on Cookie Helms. Top 3 of these guys, they all have a lot of experience. They've all won, well, they haven't all won championships, but they've all been around for quite some time. All have a lot of wins on this channel. Ashlyn Boyd, however, he's never won before. He's up to 4th. Kind of a dark horse for this one in the number 14.
And I also noticed that the number, the 00 of Cody Smart has been just lurking around in the top 5 in the last couple of laps. He started up front as well, but he kind of drifted back in the early stages.
Yeah, he's been a quiet one as well. Cody Smart was a Final Four driver in Season 5 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, but he's never won in that series before. As a matter of fact, I do not believe he's ever won in any of the top 3 series on Napa Fan. He just took 4th away from Cookie Helms, and here comes Salzman. Great run on Griffin Lynn for the lead.
Easily going to close up to the back there and maybe get that quarter panel on the 9, but the 9 gets that little bit of the run on the outside to cut in front of the 18.
We do have one more set of pit stops left in this race. They're going to come really late in this one. And if I'm Dale Salzman, I'm going to stay right behind that 9. I'm not going to try to do anything where I lose a lot of ground to him. And come down the pit lane with him right on his back bumper. That's the best chance I think Dale Salzman has at passing this number 9.
Absolutely, and pit stops could come here in the next like 5 or so laps. I mean, they came down around lap 17 and 18, and some that should wound up putting some drivers in on pit road as early as lap 35. But it's important to get those tires and get off pit road quickly.
It is, and I think so. Oh, we got a smoker. That's the 6.
Oh, we got
Josh
trouble.
Crash, who is also our points leader. And yet again, no cautions coming out for this one.
He needs to get out of the way.
He does. I think he was rear-ended there, and I think he kept on going straight. So I want to make sure we do have the yellow flags on. We'll do so once we are completed here. But we got 5 laps to go. These guys have yet to come down, but I mean, there have been many opportunities in this race for a yellow flag to come out, but they haven't waved it, so definitely very interesting. Oh, this is going to get interesting here. Our leaders, we're closing in there. Oh, boy, there goes Cookie Helms down the pit lane. Griffin Lynn's coming down. Salzman's going to stay out here. He's got Ashlyn Boyd and Cody Smart, and this race is going to get very interesting here. 07 with damage. Jake West with an issue. But here's Griffin Lynn, and Josh Crash is still out there in the 6. He did not come back down the pit lane. I'm wondering if he was to the outside and he couldn't do so, but this is definitely not a very safe situation for the number 6 of Josh Crash. And like you said, Garrett, he needs to get out of the way, especially if he's going to run that inside lane like that. Those guys, they've been running that inside lane most of this race, and these guys are not careful. He's going to get hit again. Griffin Lynn off the pit lane. Jamie Lee still out there in the 11. He's yet to make his second pit stop. But he's still going to have to do so. So here's where it is. Griffin Lynn. How about Nathan Faden in the number 19? Great run for him. Micah Knapp. I think he is a lap down at this point. But he might not be. I highly doubt. Yeah, he's 2 laps down. So I don't get this at all, though. Josh Crash is still out there in the 6. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
this is going to have an effect on who wins this race, I think. There goes Cookie Helms, Angel Olvera around him. I'm hoping that the leaders don't run into him here, but it's very possible you could have a similar situation to that. And this is going to get interesting here. There's Solzman, but Micah Knapp's going to the inside. He's a couple laps down. He's going to put Griffin Lynn on the outside there. It's going to be 2 laps to go for the number 9 this time, I do believe.
Yeah,
actually, it's 2 laps to go for Jamie Lee. But I think Griffin Lynn's going to win the race off here. And he will. So, Griffin Lynn, Dale Salzman, it's down to these 2 guys, and it's 1.5 laps to go here in the Harrah's High Roller 300. I mean, Josh Crash is running this apron here, but if these guys aren't careful, they're going to run into him again. But yeah. Griffin Lynn, great run off the pit lane. It's going to be the white flag for the number 9 here at Las Vegas. 1 to go for Griffin Lynn.
And getting that just coasting right now into turn 1 and making sure that all this, the 6 car needs to really get out the way. I mean, we've said that kind of over the last few laps, but all the attention right now is on that number 9 machine as he just tries to hold his position over Dale Salzman.
Salzman's not going to get to him. And I think Josh Crash is out of the way. So off at turn 4, Griffin Lynn, first win of the season. It comes at Las Vegas in the Harrah's High Roller 300. The number 9 in victory lane here in Sin City. This 40-lap race is complete. Caution free. It goes to Griffin Lynn and the Junior Motorsports team.
Yeah, great job by him, able to get off of pit road quickly. And 18 was fast and coming, but he just didn't have enough time to get there. Great execution by the 9.
There were a couple more laps in this race. I think the 18 of Dale Salzman might have been able to get around him, but like we said, there wasn't too much passing on the racetrack in this one. But still an exciting race, especially for Griffin Lynn in the number 9. Victory here at Las Vegas can be 44 points towards the championship for him. And we did, in fact, have the yellow flags on, as you can see right there. So, I don't know. We might go back and see what happened, but... Griffin Lynn, the winner here at Las Vegas. Dale Salzman, Nathan Faden, Noah Clifton, Ashlyn Boyd, Angel Olvera. A great 6th place finish here today. Justin Zidell, Cookie Helms, Cody Smart, Jamie Lee, the top 10. And you got Bonsignor, Tuck, and Gaju all back in there. A lot of veterans from 11th to 13th. And had some issues with Jake West and Trey Wright. I don't exactly know what happened to those guys. And an ignition issue for Eli Bright. Causing him to finish in last place. We saw Josh Crash and his damage. He's 3 laps down. Mark Davidson, Joe Rutkowski both a lap down in this race. So a lot of issues for a lot of guys. We might go and see ourselves what happened. But for the most part, you guys get it. Accidents might happen on the racetrack, but the caution never came out. So definitely a very interesting scenario there. But we'll definitely look at it and see what happened. But anyways, Griffin Lynn, the winner here at Las Vegas. And it's a veteran in victory lane here today in the Harrah's High Roller 300.
Well, I was just 1 pick short. Actually, 1 spot short for Dale Salzman. Almost had it for the correct pick, but not quite there.
It was still a good pick, though. I think Dale Salzman definitely put on a good show today, and I'm pretty sure he's also going to attempt the next 2 races. So that's going to be 3 races in a row he's going to attempt. I've actually yet to record qualifying for the Chick Fil A Cup Series yet, so I don't know if he qualified for tomorrow's race, but he might be racing tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure, but good run for Dale Salzman. Again, he actually finished 2nd at Atlanta last week, so that's 2 2nd-place finishes in a row for Salzman, and he could very well put himself in the top 5 in points after today. So great run for Salzman here today at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Griffin Lynn on winning. Next race here in the Turkey Hill Series is going to be not next Thursday, but Thursday. Let me get my calendar here and see what date it is. But it's going to be 2 weeks from now on a Thursday night, not a Friday night, because we're going to have some night racing from California. Race 4 from the California Speedway, the Service King 300, March 15th here on Napa Fan at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So break for these Turkey Hill Series drivers. But next week, the IndyCar Series returns, and looking forward to seeing those cars get back onto the racetrack at Riverside next week as a companion event to the Chick Fil A Cup Series. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Griffin Lynn. Here are the points for the Turkey Hills series on behalf of Garrett Sydnor. I will see you guys later. So after the scenes here, this is one of the issues. The number 6 car of Josh Crash actually blew an engine, and Trey Wright and Jake West got into him, so that's the result for Jake West and Trey Wright getting knocked out. This was another issue. After Jake West had his damage, trying to slow down, got into Joe Rutkowski, and that results in the one finishing a lap down here. And this was earlier on in the race. This was the first accident. Rutkowski was involved in 2 accidents in this race. But with all of them, they kept on going straight. So that was the result of all the accidents and incidents here at Las Vegas. No sideways or stopped race cars on the racetrack. So this race remained green flag. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I will see you guys later.